Hope you guys enjoying yourself. Hope you guys are like to subscribe, man. I appreciate the shit out of all y'all, man. Keep on living, man. Keep on living. Right when they telling you ain't doing something right, when they telling you ain't gonna make it, telling you, man. They hating on you. Let them do it, man. Fill your tank up with that and just turn it on them. Turn it against them by proving them wrong. But see, don't let them live in your head rent free. That's how you fuck up. You just keep doing your thing without thinking about everybody else. You don't compare yourself to others. They set the standard for you. Like and subscribe. Let's get straight to it. Man, this is really about nothing that's really currently going on. This is just more of a personal take. I was just sitting here laying here thinking, like, I'm thinking of like wrestlers that never got a big break and I really felt like they deserved one. Just me personally. This isn't a popularity contest or nothing like that. These are wrestlers that I watched and that I've always enjoyed and just wish they had a bigger platform and really got a big break, you know. And everybody can't be world champ, but I wish these people were. This is just, me as a fan of these wrestlers. And it is not in no order or nothing. I'm just sitting here thinking. My first one is Awesome Kong. Awesome Kong, aka Karma, when she was in WWE. If anybody don't know who Awesome Kong is, she was, you know, uh, she's a huge missed opportunity. She dominated in TNA, but when she finally went on, and I just really thought like, oh man, because that reaction, I'll never forget. It was a big reaction. And you got to remember, this is 2012. This is the year right before the women's revolution was really about to kick on. It was about to start with her. And everybody knew from just that reaction when she showed up. And I was really surprised people knew who she was. So when she showed up, she just set a whole different atmosphere because there's nothing like Awesome Kong, bro. At all. That's why I was so mesmerized by her. She made me actually care about women's wrestling because in 2012, the same year she debuted in the WWE, uh, women's wrestling was, commercial breaks. It was eye candy. It was just, it was halftime. It was just the intervention. It was never took as serious. It was never presented as like must see and really care about like how we do now. But I think if the situation didn't happen with Karma, Oscar Khan ended up getting having a baby, I believe, at that time. Congrats to her. But she had to do what she had to do. But then fast forward 2019, and I'm like, oh shit, Oscar Khan's back on TV. Like, yes, finally we're about to, like, even if we don't really get her that long, I'm just thinking like, finally we about to see Awesome Kong, bro. And boom, it happens again. I'm like, I don't know if baby got hurt. I don't know if she retired. I don't really know what happened with that, but she's one that just was a big missed opportunity. I think she could have really, really done some shit if time was different and she actually stuck around when Paige came around, when AJ Lee came around, when Caitlyn came around. Just imagine if she stuck around when the four horsewomen came around. Like how different shit would have been if Awesome Kong was around that entire time. She was 2 years before all that started popping off. Imagine that. Another one, Marty Brown. AKA Marcus Corvine when he was at ECW 2006 through 8. Man, he was somebody as Marty Brown. He was dope as shit, bro. Like Marty Brown gave me a Goldberg feel. He gave me like a phenomenon feel. Like he was just different. The pounce, his promos, his look, everything about him was just very unique. Like, but I know his situation. I think something happened with his family. Respects to him, you know, family over everything. I agree with that, But even in TNA though, he was a missed opportunity, and that was more of a shame that he was never world champion in TNA, and I just think that was a robbery. You know, Jeff Jarrett did good for TNA, but that was just one mistake that I really think he made right there, not making Mighty Brown a world champ. No time in his time in TNA, bro. I think that was a huge missed opportunity. That when he went on to ECW, and you know how that went. So, uh, but like I said, his situation calls for different. So there's no telling. I just think Mighty Brown versus Brock Lesnar would have been like, if Mighty Brown would have had a career, I just think that would have been a crazy match, a crazy headline for the WWE title or something. That's crazy. You know what? Because I download them on the game every time. Every time I go to communications, I ain't even download on 2K24 because I got them on 2K23, 22. I think I had him on 19 as well. Like I always download this dude because he was just different. The pounce is one of the. It's like the elevation of the spear is so different, bro. Like he crashed into your ass, bro. It's dope every time I see it too. I was just watching the old ECW shit on Peacock just to watch him. Really, like I miss Mighty Brown. I just wish things was different with Mighty Brown, but he was dope as fuck, bro. He was a missed opportunity. I wish would have got a bigger spot. My boy, my nigga James Storm, man. I know he was TNA World Champ, but he never got a big run in TNA. He never got like a huge run as World Champ in TNA. He was always like right there, but he never. Even when he was a top guy in TNA, I remember watching this faithfully in 2000. What? When I really started watching TNA, it was like 2010. When I really started watching it, WWE was just unbearable at this time. TNA was just way better at this time. Uh, yeah, when I started watching, man, James Storm, I picked up on him pretty fast. He was dope as fuck. Like he didn't. Then when I did all my homework, got all A's. You feel me? When I went back and did some TNA research and I figured out him early. Like yeah, dude was dope. He had a career in TNA. I'm not saying he didn't, but he just never got to really blow. Like he didn't have an era or like he wasn't considered like AJ or Samoa Joe. But shit, he had a better career than Samoa Joe in TNA, honestly though. But Joe was just on a totem pole a little higher though. If you compare them, you would say Joe would win the match. And Joe went on and had even a better career out of TNA. I wish James Storm would have had that. I wish James Storm could have went to WWE. I wish just to wonder what that would have been like. Him going to WWE, him as United States champ, him as a world champ probably. I think he definitely could have been world champ, bro. I don't see how he couldn't. Just imagine James Storm at AEW. He'd been dope as fuck at AEW. Like he's another guy. I think he's kind of a missed opportunity. He was at least world champ, but I just wish he had a more longer stretch career. You know, and when he did show up at NXT, I was excited. Like, oh shit, Jay Storm here, and then he left. So I'm like, But shouts out to James Storm though. Oh man, one of my favorites ever, it'll never change, is Taz. The ECW Taz was just through the roof. I mean, who don't know that? Way before Suplex City was a city on the map, he was a machine that birthed that Suplex City, that makes that Suplex City run the way it does. So, yeah, Taz was great. Taz was so dope. And then I know Taz ended up getting hurt though, but that's probably what the biggest thing that stopped his career. He ended up getting hurt, but maybe not. I don't know because some of the invasion shit, he getting whooped and he getting whipped with a belt and just tapping out the Benoit and shit. It was just kind of like, bro, they just was shitting on him. Then he just lost the ECW title to what? No, it wasn't for the ECW title, but he lost to Triple H. Kind of got buried on SmackDown, and shit was crazy. Just kind of shit on him because they just was probably looking at it like nobody believes he'll beat up Triple H when he was choking out Bam Bam. So I don't know how that make any sense, but they made that work. But I can understand that's a small niche audience to a larger audience. I get it. So I'm not an idiot. I understand. But I think Taz could have worked. You made Rey Mysterio work. Taz could have just been. Taz would have worked because he was very unique. It was nothing like Taz. A small killer, but he was so good at it. I never even envisioned Taz as a small guy. That's what's so loud about it. I've never, even right now, I put Taz against Brock Lesnar in my head. I put Taz against Samoa Joe in my head. I put Taz against Undertaker in my head because I view him that he could have been big as these guys or his in his own right. I do. This, like I said, this is me, just me personally. I'm a mark for the people I'm talking about, but especially Taz. I think Taz definitely was a big missed opportunity to really blow up past ECW. But at least he was a killer in ECW. Can't take that away from him. And last but not least, I gotta get on my guy Raven. Now Raven was a TNA champ, ECW champ. At least he was a world champ, just like a few I already said. But he never got to blow up in WCW. He did some things, but he definitely didn't blow up in WWE. They just used him as a hardcore guy, and I definitely think Raven was through the roof. Dude was different. Like, go back and watch it. So old Raven shit, and you just will see, like, bro, he was way ahead of his time. He's the reason for a Bray Wyatt existence. He's a blueprint for that type of character. Raven was so different. He was way ahead of his time. I think, like Paul Heyman said it on the ECW DVD. He said he was more mad about losing Raven due to a creative sense, all the shit you could do with him, all the shit you could create with his character. And I could feel where Paul Heyman was coming from because, dude, Raven was just really fucking dope. I mean, who don't like Raven? I never really heard of him. If you know anything about ECW, you know Raven. It's hard not to like Raven. He's another guy I always download on every video game. I downloaded him. I got the 99 version of him, so I always get Raven. Raven is just one of those nostalgic figures that he's like very iconic. He's different, bro. He give me, I don't know what to really say, vibes he give me. Raven kind of got his own vibe. Like, I never seen nobody like Raven before him. I mean, I could be wrong. It's similarities. People say Jake the Snake was kind of like the, you know, the sinister, very thoughtful, poetic, promos that Jake the Snake, and then Raven, and then here come in the future, rest in peace, Bray Wyatt did the same things. You know, but yeah, man, Raven was a kind of missed opportunity. I think Raven definitely could have been a WCW champ. I think Raven could have been a WWE champ. Raven was really fucking dope, bro. But those are my people those are the wrestlers I think was just kind of missed opportunities. And some of them had, somewhat decent careers. At least some was world champs. But when they made it to a bigger league, I just wish they could have prevailed. But that's my list. Like and subscribe. Comment below who y'all think was kind of missed opportunities. I got one honorable mention. Gail Kim. She was another one because she was in a time. She was in a time just like Oscar Khan when they were in WWE. Also, I mean, Gail Kim was in WWE before Oscar Khan. Um, when Gail Kim was in WWE, this was a time where women's wrestling was completely, obsolete. As I said, it was eye candy. It was bathroom breaks. Nobody took it serious. And she was in the wrong era. I think Gail Kim coming in now as a veteran would be fucking dope. You talk about another woman that made me care about women's wrestling at an early. That's why I always going to give TNA they flowers for bringing a women's revolution way before WWE thought of this. So I'm always going to say that. And Gail Kim and Arthur Khan was the ones leading the charge because they was doing shit I never seen females do in wrestling. They meant more than what females were at that time. So shouts out to them, man. But that's actually it, man. Like and subscribe. Thank y'all for listening. We out.